I started at NLU in criminal justice and graduated in criminal justice. Bailey Grant hired me as a uniformed officer. I went through the academy. I graduated #1 in the academy. As you'll remember, Bailey retired, and then Lehman became sheriff. I was about 9 months into my career. First thing Lehman did was he made me a detective in the sheriff's office. I was their youngest detective and stayed there. After 4 years, I decided that law enforcement was a young man's job and decided to go to law school and come back and be a prosecutor. I was a prosecutor 12 years and now a judge 13 years. I think the only thing that my opponent has brought up that I can think of, and you may refresh my memory, is a sanction. And that is something that's true. I was sanctioned. And so I'm sorry?
Over and done with.
That's right.
Haven't happened again.
Nope.
You know.
And what I've said is that, because I think the public deserves an explanation, because the way the ads were, most people thought it happened in the last 2 years. This happened from actions that occurred back when I originally first started. And so during my first term, I'm on my 3rd term. And so I thought I needed to explain that to the public, because a lot of people knew me, and y'all had publicized it and all, but people have forgotten. Good friends of mine have forgotten. And so it's like I told them, anybody that started a career, when y'all first started your career here, you make mistakes. It was a learning curve. I put it behind me. I didn't forget it because I wanted to be a better person, because my dad taught me a strong work ethics. In fact, one of the things he told me when this happened, he said, let me tell you something, son. You show me a man that's never made a mistake, and I'll show you a man never done anything. And that's carried me through all this.
Judge, I think we're done. You take a minute to summarize, or if you care to.
I guess the key defining issue in this race is experience and independence. You know, and with independence comes also transparency. My campaign has been totally transparent. I have also shown through my record that I am totally independent. You can talk to anyone and they'll tell you that. I don't favor one side over the other. Experience in this matter. I ask the citizens to put together my credentials and experience and my opponents. As I said before, if you got experience, you don't keep bashing someone over one mistake. You know, if you've got the experience. I don't think my opponent's credentials of being a political appointee for a year and a half is experience that we need for the Supreme Court. For the Supreme Court, we always look at the judicial experience and the background of this person. And I think that my time being a police officer, my time being a prosecutor, my time being a judge, handling thousands and thousands of civil cases, child custody cases, you never know the tough decisions you got to make that's going to affect it. Because I don't look at it as the father and the mother. Their rights are important. You know whose right is more important? That child. Where I put that child, I understand, will make a difference down the road where that child is going to be. And those are the ones that keep me up at night. Civil decisions as to money are important, but they're not half as important as a child custody case. Brag on myself one more time, because if I don't do it, no one else will. You look around, and some of the things that tell me, people don't come up and just say, hey, you're doing a good job. They do things that make you believe you are doing things right, the way a judge should, being totally independent. How many times do you see, have you ever seen or heard where in a medical malpractice case, both sides waive a jury and go with the judge alone? I mean, if the doctor wants that judge, certainly the plaintiff doesn't. If the plaintiff wants that judge, certainly the doctor doesn't. I've had a case where both sides waive jury. So those are the kind of cases I've had and the kind of experiences I have, and that's why I think that the citizens, if they put my credentials up with his credentials, then they will see that there's only one choice.
Judge,
thank you very much.
Thank you.